Drama is to be expected on reality TV, but some stars took things so far that relationships were permanently broken. So who couldn't make amends? Was it housewives, teen moms, chefs, all of the above? Kendra Wilkinson and Holly Madison were seemingly friendly during their time on E's The Girls Next Door, but their ongoing feud since their time on the show ended suggests there was more going on behind the scenes. The tension between these two became public when Wilkinson revealed in a 2012 CNN interview that these two former girlfriends of Hugh Hefner were never even really friends.
We're different.
Wonderful.
Madison did not respond kindly to this statement when she addressed the drama in her 2015 book, Down the Rabbit Hole. Explaining how she reached out to Wilkinson regarding her comments, Madison wrote in part, "I decided to text her how I truly felt, that she was a coward, and that she tried to act like the real girl on TV, but she's the fakest person I've ever met. Kendra and I haven't spoken since, and I have to say, I don't miss her." But the drama did not stop there. The former co-stars' back and forth continued into 2021 when Madison was a guest on the Call Her Daddy podcast. She claimed Wilkinson lied when she shared she hadn't slept with the late Playboy founder prior to living at his infamous mansion, saying, "I had to sleep with him first. I'm not trying to slut-shame anybody or anything, but nobody ever got asked to move in unless they had slept with him." But for her part, it seemed Wilkinson was ready to move on from the headline-making feud. The Hills fans know that the drama between Lauren Conrad and Heidi Montag was one for the books. According to Cinema Blend, it all started when Montag began dating Spencer Pratt, whom Conrad did not like. The conflict was bumped up a notch when Conrad suspected Montag and her beau were responsible for circulating rumors of an adult tape involving the Fame Game author and Conrad's ex, Jason Waller. This seemed to be the breaking point for the co-stars, who soon after cut ties with each other. In a not-so-shocking turn of events, Pratt finally admitted he started those rumors in a 2015 interview with Complex. He claimed, "Lauren is a cold-hearted killer. That's what people don't get. She will cut you in your sleep." He went on about his attempt at revenge, saying, "She tried to destroy us. If you want to throw missiles, I'm throwing a nuke. This is how I operate." It seems the drama has still not calmed down. In 2021, Montag claimed she had, quote, "such a love" for Conrad during a Call Her Daddy podcast appearance, but it seems unlikely that these two will ever become friends again. She explained, "When that whole Spencer thing happened, she was like, if you date Spencer, you're off the show. How dare you? And I'm not your dog. Yeah, I appreciate you getting me on the show, but that doesn't mean you own me, and you can't tell me what to do in my life." At the start of Fox's The Simple Life, it seemed Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie were inseparable. After all, they had a lot in common. They were both the daughters of wealthy families who seemingly loved partying and indulging in their inherited fame. Although it was never confirmed how their feud started, a source cited by People in 2005 said that they believed Richie was jealous of Hilton's level of fame. They also claimed that she played Hilton's adult tape in an attempt to make fun of her at a party. At the time, Hilton stated of their feud, "It's no big secret that Nicole and I are no longer friends. Nicole knows what she did, and that's all I'm ever going to say about it." Unfortunately, Hilton's vagueness does not tell us much about what actually went down. But we do know that this conflict changed the dynamic of The Simple Life. Starting in Season 4, the show was filmed in separate locations in an attempt to keep the ex-friends as far away from each other as possible, per the Washington Post. Luckily, fans have enjoyed the reconciliation between the two in recent years. In 2014, Richie spoke warmly about their friendship on Andy Cohen's Watch What Happens Live.
I haven't spoken to her in a while, but we are very good friends.
Southern Charmed stars Ashley Jacobs and Kathryn Dennis were destined for drama from the start. Thomas Ravenel, Kathryn Dennis's ex, brought Jacobs along to join the cast as his new girlfriend, and it all went downhill from there. Things got brutal at the end of Season 5 when Jacobs referred to Dennis as an egg donor. She went on to criticize Dennis's parenting of her 2 children with Ravenel. Jacobs did eventually apologize for her harsh comments. She explained on the Southern Charm after show in 2019, "I said some things again that were quick and reactive that I shouldn't have said. I should have had more class to bite my tongue. But again, I was just in that moment. I was provoked, so I was a little disappointed. Like, darn."
I'm sorry, I had a lapse in judgment.
According to the Daily Dish, however, Dennis was skeptical of this apology, stating in part, "I don't know how you can go from one polar opposite end of the spectrum to this one. I don't buy it." Jacobs took to Instagram in June 2021 to announce she had secretly married Innovate Studios co-founder, Mike Appel, and was expecting a baby boy. Perhaps motherhood has encouraged the Southern Charmed alum to step away from the drama. Flipping out cast members Jeff Lewis and Jenni Pulos were friends before the show, but these former co-stars are an example of how business partnerships can go sour quickly. Pulos earned a spot as a producer on the Bravo series over time, and it seems that may have been what led to the conversation on her work ethic that ultimately marked the demise of her friendship with Lewis. According to RepublicWorld.com, Lewis felt that Pulos was not putting forth as much effort as she did at the start of their business partnership. As a result, he fired her, ending their long history of working together.
So I guess what I'm trying to say is that I think it's time to move on.
Lewis said on season 11, episode 10, "It was scary because, I'm used to her being next to me for the last dozen years." Although Pulos walked away from the show following her firing, the feud had really just begun. Lewis took to Instagram to share a photo of his former co-star with a red X over her face. He later deleted the controversial post, but around this time, it was also alleged on his Sirius XM show that Pulos had accused him of wrongful termination, abuse, and harassment. Speaking with People, Pulos denied that she filed these claims, and while she noted that she refused to, quote, fake a friendship on the series, she did add that their working relationship, as seen on the show, was very real and authentic. Starcasm claims that it's been speculated that this headline-making dispute led to the show's cancellation in 2018. The feud between former Real Housewives of New York stars Kelly Bensimon and Bethenny Frankel has lasted for years, and the two don't show any signs of making amends in the near future. People reported that tensions took root before the show even began filming. In the Real Housewives tell-all book, Not All Diamonds and Rosé, Jill Zarin shared how Bensimon and Frankel's relationship got off to a rough start following their initial meeting during an event at Bensimon's home. Zarin wrote, "Bethenny hated Kelly even before the show because she felt that Kelly snubbed her at that party. Bethenny got even more upset when they met again on the show, and Kelly had no idea who she was. Kelly didn't recall Bethenny being at her house." During season 2, Frankel took a jab at Bensimon by calling her Madonna for showing up late to a meeting about an upcoming charity event. Things only got worse in the 3rd season, with Bensimon claiming Frankel had been, quote, trying to kill her during the Scary Island saga. According to Reality Tea, Bensimon's odd behavior included many digs at Frankel, like her accusation that Frankel is a, quote, cook, not a chef. MTV's Teen Mom OG follows the lives of the former stars of 16 and Pregnant and Teen Mom as they navigate life as young mothers with reality TV fame. The drama-filled spinoff often involves feuds among cast members, but a petty exchange between Teen Mom OG stars Amber Portwood and Farrah Abraham reportedly turned violent during the filming of a 2016 reunion episode. According to E!, an unidentified source reportedly took to the Real Mr. Housewife blog to explain how it all went down in a now-deleted post. They suggested things turned left when Abraham's boyfriend, Simon Saran, got involved. The source elaborated that some insults were directed at Portwood's fiancé, Matt Beyer. The source explained, "When Dr. Drew mentioned Simon had called Matt a pedophile, it seemed like he was heading in the direction of an apology, claiming it was all in fun. However, Farrah piped in and said, 'Well, he does kind of look like a pedophile.' That was when things reportedly got physical." E! also reported that this feud continued when Abraham sent Portwood a cease and desist letter regarding, quote, false and defamatory media statements. Their public back and forths usually had to do with their partners or media scandals. But Portwood and Abraham have not always been enemies. Portwood spoke on their former friendship in an interview with E!'s Daily Pop, stating in part, "We used to be friends, but I don't know what happened. I think she did things for publicity." When Portwood suggested the two revive their friendship, Abraham claimed to E! that she was on a whole other level of her life and wasn't interested. The televised cooking competition Hell's Kitchen is mostly known for Chef Gordon Ramsay's yelling spats with contestants. But Ramsay is not the only one who stirs up chaos on the show. Season 9's Elise Wims and Carrie let the pressure of the competition create a rift between them from the get-go. According to Society 19, Wims often attacked Keep's poor performance. As fans know, tension regarding substandard feedback is a common occurrence on the show, given that contestants are assigned teams. The more conflict-prone cast members can become pretty argumentative towards those they feel are a liability. In 2011, Keep opened up about Wims' verbal attacks in an interview with D Magazine, calling Wims evil. She said, "I really don't think she has a mother. Seriously, I don't know who raised her. A pack of freaking wolves or coyotes? I want to talk to her mother, if she does have a mother. I'd say, What did you do to this girl? God, I have never, ever met someone who was like, off the bat, F you. Never. Everybody loves me. The show suggested Wims was always super serious about her teammates' performances, and it seems this was ultimately the source of her feud with Keep. Like many reality TV rivals, Caroline Manzo and Teresa Giudice seemingly started out as friends. However, in an interview for Life After Bravo, Manzo shared that the two were not as close as they seemed to be on The Real Housewives of New Jersey. She said she knew Giudice, quote, very, very casually, so it appears that they were not very familiar with each other from the start. Manzo went on to say that Giudice changed when it became a competition for her. It seems Manzo became frustrated with her former co-star when she noticed what she perceived as a shift in character, and this fueled further friction. During an appearance on Andy Cohen's Watch What Happens Live in 2019, Giudice seemingly blamed Manzo for their falling out. She said, "We did have great times, and shame on her for the way it ended up. She's the one that went against me. I didn't go against her." It seems this drama is just as lively off-camera as it was on the show. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more Nicki Swift videos about your favorite celebrities are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.